man positively identified near Midtown High School. Given pursuit. Suspect is now inside school building. There may be hostages. All units to Midtown High. Warning, this man is dangerous, can change shape at will.
Look here, I demand to know...
You be quiet. I was using this dump as a shortcut when the cops spotted me, see? So now I'm gonna get out of here, but good. So you people on my safe passage, everyone behave and nobody gets hurt.
I am principal of this facility and I demand...
You know something? I never graduated school. Maybe this is my chance to get a diploma.
What on earth are you talking about?
You can write me a diploma. Nice and fancy. Here's a piece of paper.
You must be...
Holy Hannah. There I was, wondering how on earth to find the Sandman, and he turns up in my high school science class. Lucky no one saw me leap up behind the equipment lockers into the ceiling crawl space. Now, if I can just get out of these clothes into the Spider-Man outfit, I should be right above him.
No, I certainly won't write out any sort of diploma for you. Qualifications have to be worked for. They have to be earned.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, listen to old Edward stand up to Sandman.
Wow.
I think you're the one who needs a lesson, pal, right now.
Hold up. Get your hands off him, Sandman. Yay, go get him, Spider-Man!
Why, you...
Wow. Took the big guy by surprise and landed a punch. Boy, if they only knew they were cheering puny Peter Parker.
A real dramatic entrance, Spider-Man. Want to take another swing?
My spider sense tells me he's making his body rock hard for the next blow. So, let's keep the element of surprise. And get the fight away from these kids with a wrestling throw! Principal Edwards! Get the students out through the windows!
Right you are!
I'll keep the Sandman out here in the corridor!
See that?
Right this way.
Hello, Peter. He isn't here.
You're that coward? He probably left through a window to hide when Sandman first showed.
Flash Thompson, come along, please!
Yikes! Sandman recovered real fast from that throw. And now he's swinging arms like sledgehammers at me. Ouch! Well, let's try a little web squirt here. Now, wriggle out of that, beach bum.
As quickly as you spin your net of web, I simply pour myself through the hose.
Darn it. I gotta preserve the element of surprise. And this is just the way to do it. Straight left to his gut before he has time to harden it. Oh, maybe not. The guy's gone soft on me. What?
Got a problem, Spider-Man?
My arm. His body is hardened like concrete around it. Can't pull free.
Hey, kid, ever had a love tap from someone with a rock-hard head?
Oh, no, no.
Out for the count, Spider-Man. Too bad, because the Sandman's about to put your career on ice for good.
I'll get us in position, Captain. Good, but nobody takes any unnecessary chances. Got me?
Let me through! I'm J. Jonah Jameson. Let me through!
Wait, this I really need.
What are you waiting for, Captain? Why don't you charge in there and overpower the Sandman?
Look, Mr. Jameson, I don't tell you how to publish your newspapers. I've got to be sure all the students are out of here before the shooting starts.
Med team reporting, over.
I'm listening.
School's cleared, Captain.
Good. Stand by.
Stand by! Get your men in there now, before Sandman and that menace escape!
Hey, you are out of line, mister. We're not after Spider-Man. Far as we know, he's helping us to fight that freak.
Ah, he's got you fooled too, eh? How do you know they're not in cahoots? For all we know, this may be a charade!
Don't know how much longer I can keep this up. That's the third time I've smashed this guy into cement dust, and here he comes again, rebuilding himself.
Enough yet, you insect.
Gotta get a second to think. I'll make a break for it through this door here. Find a way out! Ouch! Oh, no! I ran into the janitor's closet!
Come out of there, kid, or I'll seep in through the keyhole after you.
Oh, wow. What do I do now? Gotta think fast.
Say your prayers,
The
wethead.
janitor's closet. Wait a second. If I time this right...
That does it. Now you're gonna get it. I could just sift through after you.
Good morning, sir. Grit on your school corridor floor? No problem. Even heavy sand just flies into this double-reinforced polynylon dirt bag. The Little Marvel. Guaranteed 5 years against leakage or bursting. Want to see how good it is on soft furnishings? maybe not. Hey, the boy's in blue just in time.
Where's the Sandman?
Let's say he's in the bag.
Wait a second, you mean literally? In this vacuum cleaner?
Sounds like it. Give or take a grain or two.
Huh? How do we cuff him? He can't stand there forever.
Try taking the machine to a nice airtight cell and switching it to blow.
Yeah, right. Come on, Henry. I think we need to get this thing back to the precinct.
Spider-Man! Quickly, Captain, arrest him on suspicion.
What? Just do that, Mr. Jameson.
As a taxpayer, I demand you hold and question this man. How could he have caught the Sandman so easily if they didn't have a secret plan?
Easily? You call that easy? That goon damn near knocked my block
Now,
off.
cool down, you two, or run you both in for disturbing the peace.
You can't arrest me. I'm a personal friend of your chief commissioner.
I suggest you make your complaints to him, then.
Don't you take that line with me. I'll...
Yo, what?
Spider-Man, where'd he go?
How'd he move so fast?
Tell you, Captain, one of these days, you'll see I was right. Wait till my Daily Bugle editorial about him wrecking public property.
Sure, Mr. Jameson. Now, if you'll excuse me, Lieutenant...
Mr. Jameson!
Parker, I thought this was your school. Don't suppose you managed to get any pictures of those two menaces for me?
Of Spider-Man fighting the Sandman? Well,
Huh.
I certainly did.
Oh.
I haven't had a chance to develop them, but here's the roll of film.
No matter. Here's your money.
Oh, wow.
Minus the developing costs, of course.
It figures.
Good work, Parker. Good work. Drop in again when you have more material for me.
Okay.
Anything to put another nail in the coffin of Spider-Man's career.
Well, look who it ain't, the big tough guy himself. Now you reappear, now the fighting's over. Boy, I bet you felt brave running off while the rest of us was being taken hostage.
No, wait a second.
You have some nerve. Crawling back in here now everything's been settled. You better slime off back home to your precious aunt.
No, don't you bring my family into this.
Oh, yeah? What are you gonna do, creep? Whip my butt?
You brainless loudmouth! You've insulted me for the last time! I'm gonna wipe that stupid leer off your face right now!
Oh, wow! I'm scared! You worm! Then you can turn on me!
Suck on this, pal! Wait, what am I doing? I can't afford to lose my temper like this. With my spider strength, if I get into a fight with Flash, I'll pulverize him!
Take your shot, bookworm! Hit me!
Forget it. You're not worth the trouble. I've got more important things to do.
You coward! Lousy, stinking, miserable creep!
Flash, that's enough.
Enough! That was nothing! You chicken! Damn good thing for you, Spider-Man didn't rat out a fighting Sandman the way you just ratted out on us! Huh?
What's with my key? I can't get access to the lab.
Think. Reed's working on something secret in the lab.
So what's new? I wanted the Fantastic Four, ain't I?
Yeah,
We can't explain nothing, but you mustn't enter. Reed was most particular. Please, Ben?
How come you only call me Ben when you want something? Rest of the time, I'm just a thing to all of you.
Thing, would you step inside, please?
I certainly would. Suppose you tell me what's cooking here, Stretch. What's the big idea locking me out?
I couldn't be sure what I was doing would work. I didn't want to disappoint you.
I'm listening.
Maybe we should have died 3 years ago. Heaven knows how we managed to get that shuttle into space in those freak conditions. By sheer skill alone, we kept her in one piece long enough to achieve orbit. You were test pilot Ben Grimm then. I was playing Reed Richards, scientist. Sue and Johnny were the hotshot brother and sister spacewalk team. But that radiation leak left us different, and I'm still trying to analyze why.
Reed's looking for an antidote thing.
Yeah?
To turn you back into Ben Grimm. I can control my power of invisibility.
Sure, and I can flame on at will. Reed's body only stretches if he wants it to.
We combined our unique skills to become the Fantastic Four, to help others. But although the three of us retained our former appearances by and large...
I didn't.
That's why I've been working on this formula. I didn't want to raise your hopes, but...
Give me that.
Hey, wait!
He's looking at you, kid. Yuck. Tastes like drain cleaner.
Reed, is it possible anything could reverse physical mutation on such a scale? I mean, Ben Grimm was a handsome, mature man. He put on a couple of 100 pounds when he became famous.
Wow.
Thing? Thing, you okay?
Oh my, I didn't like the way he collapsed behind that bench. And I don't think I want to see.
Reed, is he still alive?
I think he's...
Jeez, that really tasted like drain cleaner.
He's Ben Grimm again. It worked!
Yes.
Holy Toledo! I ain't the thing anymore.
Just a regular day for Peter Parker, being made to look a jerk at school by Flash Thompson and condemned as Spider-Man in this morning's article by J. Jonah Jameson in the Bugle. Well, it's time for positive action. I have to be nice to Jameson because the money he pays for exclusive shots of Spidey in action covers Aunt May's bills. And if I'm nice to Flash, he might treat me with more respect. And that means I might resist the temptation of beat his stupid fat head in. Well, here goes. Hey, Flash, how's it going?
Shut it, Parker, you louse-infested piece of crud!
Strike one. Say, Liz, what's going down? You guys look like you're planning something big.
Peter, you'll never guess. Flash has had a really neat idea. A Spider-Man Appreciation Society. It's called SNAS for short. And we're gonna get these neat little pins made. And then we're gonna
get invited.
Believe me, Flash, I'd rather join the sewage detail at the next Woodstock anniversary concert than join you in anything.
Don't you worry. I'll get you in the fan club. A little excitement will do you good. Now, where'd I put my membership list?
Oh, I don't believe it!
I don't believe it. An hour ago, I was a thing. How the heck did you reverse the mutation rate?
By analyzing the mutagens the exposure to cosmic radiation created in your genetic structure, I was able to synthesize an antidote. It seemed.
You're normal again, Ben.
This sure throws up a whole load of questions about the Fantastic Four, Reed. Like now with the Fantastic Three. And if we drink that stuff, you won't be a rubber man anymore. Sue won't be able to turn invisible at will. And I'll be plain old Johnny Storm, no longer the Human Torch.
I know, Johnny, and the world is beginning to realize it needs marvels like us.
So, spill it.
All the really big criminals are laying low, almost as if they're regrouping.
It could be there's someone organizing them. Someone big. Very big.
Could even be Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom?
Yeah, well, excuse me if I don't run around screaming in fear.
Say, Ben, you okay?
Ben?
Great Scott, look at that cardiac monitor. He's off the scale.
He needs some help.
Ben? Thing! I'm so sorry. I couldn't guarantee a permanent reversal.
Oh, jeez. I'm a monster again.
Reed, isn't there something that
I'm
you can...
sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried.
You tried. If I hadn't have followed you into that shuttle project in the first place, I'd have never got to look like this to start with.
Ben, what could I do?
Don't sweat it, Reed. Because what Johnny was saying still stands. It's the Fantastic Tree from now on. I quit! I'm out of here! No. And I ain't never coming back!
Kids from all over town, Katie's at our entertainment desk. What's this all about, Katie?
Yesterday it was rock stars. Today it's costumed law enforcers. Former TV specialty actor Spider-Man has got himself an inaugural fan club meeting at the rooftop room.
Spider-Man. Huh. Some vaudeville act thinks he can hit the big time with a few tricks. New York's too darn full of these costume clever dicks. Time to redress the balance. Costume. Boots, gauntlets, headpiece, and jet-powered mini-glider. Let's see what the Spider-Man fan club makes of the Green Goblin.
You're a good boy, helping me home with the groceries, Peter.
Shucks. It's the least I could do, Aunt May. Especially as I'll be out tonight. There you go.
You're going to that Spider-Man club thing? I thought you said you weren't invited.
Well, there's this girl at school helping organizing it, Liz Allen. She's kind of made me her date for tonight.
A girl?
Yeah.
Oh, well now.
Not that Spider-Man wouldn't have had to put in an appearance anyway. And just when Peter Parker gets his hottest date ever. Jeez. Sometimes I don't believe my luck. How do I pull off a double act tonight without arousing suspicion? What?
Peter! What's going on?
Inside! Aunt May, quickly! Somebody's robbing the liquor store in the corner and they're heading this way!
Wait a second!
No, get in!
Don't do it!
Trouble on our very doorstep, and there's no time to change into my Spider-Man suit. Wait a minute. What's that fiery streak approaching?
him off!
You ain't gonna take me, freak!
Show's over! Hey, don't push. Keep a space, people, okay? Okay, one at a time. Yeah, it's all right.
He's signing autographs already. Oh, what a big head. I'm going inside before he gets elected president.
Hey, fella, I saw you hanging around there. It's okay, don't be shy. You can have an autograph, too.
What?
Hey, don't bother thanking me now. It's all in a day's work for the Human Torch.
Flame on!
So long, kid!
Hey, what do I do with this? Sleep with it under my pillow?
Ah, sheesh.
Hey, mister! You get his autograph, too?
Let's see. No, this is Spider-Man. Want to trade?
Do I look like a jerk? Blow it out of your ear!
That does it. Peter may have a date tonight with Liz Allen, but Spider-Man is definitely going to put in an appearance for his fans as well.
Hey, Liz, how's ticket sales going? We full up yet?
185, 86. We're pretty much full, Flash. Couple more, we'll have to close the doors.
Sheesh, let's hope Spider-Man turns up. And now where'd I put my speech?
I'd be happy if Peter Parker had showed. I finally managed to get a date with him, and he's nowhere around.
Out of my way! Let me pass here!
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Can you help me, young woman? Presumably you know who I am.
You're Mr. Jameson, the one who writes all those mean things about Spider-Man in the Daily Bugle.
Precisely. Now, will you let me through?
To the first meeting of his fan club, you have a ticket.
A ticket? Haven't you heard of freedom of the press?
Sure, but it still costs you $1.50 to get in.
Miss Brad!
Yes, Mr. Jameson?
Give this girl $3. You can claim it out of petty cash.
Yes, sir.
Now, where's that boy that's organizing?
Oh, there you go, Miss, Why, Betty! Oh, don't you recognize me? Liz? Yeah, from Queensland. My folks moved. I'm at Midtown now. Yeah? Hey, looks like you made a smart decision quitting school to work for Mr. Jameson.
Yeah, well.
Ooh, nice outfit.
Thank you.
Shame about the boss.
Oh, he's not so bad. Well, sometimes. So you're at Midtown now.
Yeah.
Hey, you must know Peter Parker. He freelances as a photographer for the Bugle.
He does?
Yeah.
The boy has hidden depths.
Yeah, well, I think he's pretty cute. Is he coming tonight?
Yeah, he's my date.
Uh-huh. Strange. I don't see him dancing attendance on your every whim,
He'll
Liz.
be here, Betty. And shouldn't you be dating someone your own age?
Makes a change for a boy to stand you up, Liz. Maybe you're losing your touch.
Well, at least I'm not losing my looks, Betty.
We'll see. Must move on. Oh, give Peter a big wet kiss from me.
Yuck. Boy, how I'd love to give that skirt a kick in the butt.
Miss Brad!
Oh, coming, Mr. Jameson. Bandit Liz Allen. She stole 2 boys out from under my nose at Queen's. Time for a little payback, I think.
Hey, say, Flash, what'll happen if Spidey doesn't turn up, huh?
Bite your tongue, Seymour. He's got a show.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second.
Look, on the curtain back of the stage. It's the spider signal. Yeah. He's projecting it from over there by the sound system. Wow.
Greetings, web spinners!
Here's your good old friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hey, Lee, he's putting on a home dome for us. Yeah.
I wondered whether to turn up here first as Peter Parker so that Liz Allen wouldn't think I'd stood her up. But this way, I get to put in a star appearance and then spend the rest of the evening with Liz, having made suitable apologies. Boy, am I one clever son of a... What?
Now, Spider-Man, let's really put on a show. I'm the Green Goblin. And we're gonna have fun. Meet the new kid on the block, Spidey. Shake hands.
Hi.
The old ones are the best.
Listen, pal, whoever you are, get lost. This is my show. Find your own fan club.
You don't get it, do you?
Get what?
I'm gonna kill ya.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah!
Okay, 2 things. 1, over my dead body. 2, for the sake of these innocent bystanders here, make it look like part of the...
Keep smiling now.
Damn it!
Miss Brandt, where's that photographer Parker when we need him? I can see tomorrow's front page headline right now. Room full of kids threatened by Spider-Man stage show.
Yeah, by J. Jonah Jameson.
What's that?
Oh, I said I'd make fun of Brick Mason, sir. Listen, something tells me that this green guy with pointy ears isn't part of Spider-Man's act.
Is that a phone?
I'll get it.
No, I'll get it. Then I'll call in a photographer. Maybe Phil Sheldon.
Weird. Peter Parker's never around when Spider-Man is.
Is he yet? Wall crawler!
This is crazy. This lunatic's flying rings around me on that flying skateboard while I'm trying to perform my old TV act in front of these kids.
Here's an early Halloween present for you! Good!
A pumpkin?
I'm a pumpkin bomb! I'm a pumpkin bomb! You won't last long with a pumpkin bomb!
What? Holy hell! Everybody down! Give me that fire!
Oh, no sand in the fire bucket!
Oops! Guess I'm a dud!
Oh, yeah! Emergency call for Peter Parker! Is Peter Parker here? He's on! He's very sick! We're taking the hospital! Come on!
Hey, man, sick! What do I do now?
Hey, Spidey! Here's a live pumpkin for you!
Oh, no! Whoa! That was close.
Come on, Spider-Man! You're losing it!
Gotta concentrate. Maybe if I can last through that glider thing he's flying on, bring it down. Oh, surely that's not the pesky little...
Come on, Spidey! You're way slow for the Green Goblin!
Gotta get out of this situation and get changed somehow. Aunt May needs me.
Stand back, people. Give me some room here.
Huh?
Flame on.
The Human Torch! At Spider-Man's fan club meeting?
Just checking out the competition, pal. Now, are you coming quietly or what?
Oh, no! My quarry tonight was Spider-Man! Now he's gone, I shall leave!
Spider-Man's gone? You're right. He is gone.
I shall leave you with a memento of our visit!
Another pumpkin bomb.
What? Hasta la vista, baby!
I'm a pumpkin bomb to make you laugh! I'll get the Human Torch back!
Uh-oh.
Very funny.
Three cheers for the Human Torch!
Excuse me, please. Excuse me.
Did you see Spider-Man run out on the Goblin? He's checkout.
Some hero he is. Had to get the Human Torch to bail him out.
Oh, boy. Excuse me.
Peter? Peter Parker?
Liz, I didn't see you there.
We had a date tonight. Where were you?
Liz, I'm sorry. I was held up. But I gotta go.
Your aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hey, say, Liz, that your date running out on you?
Oh, come on, Flash. Peter's aunt has been taken ill.
Yeah, I know. Okay, listen up, people. The meeting ain't over. We got elections for the Spider-Man fan club committee.
Spider-Man can jump in the East River.
I'm signing up for Torch fan club.
What's the matter with you people? Fair weather friends or what? Spidey must have had a reason for leaving like that. He's a great guy, and you'll all admit it one day. Just you wait and see, huh?
Get the rewrite boys on the phone, Miss Brandt.
Yes, sir.
Contact the picture editor. See if we have any
Picture editor.
library shots of Spider-Man we can crop to make it look as if he's running away.
But Mr. Jameson...
I can see tomorrow's headline now. Spider-Man turns chicken. Ha! We'll outsell everything else on the newsstands. And the editorial will be an eyewitness account by J. Jonah Jameson. I'll bury that little creep.
Oh, dear.
Are you certain, Johnny? Maybe maybe after you flamed on, something happened that you didn't see.
Well, what could have made him turn and run the way he did, especially when a room full of kids was in danger?
Spider-Man's not exactly in your list of favorite people, Johnny. I'd have thought that this would be an occasion for celebration.
Yeah, well, I thought he was okay, but it seems I was wrong. Boy, nothing ever turns out the way you expect. First the Thing leaves us. Now Spider-Man turns out to be a moron. Ain't there any good news left in the world?
Well, there might be. Reed?
Why not, Sue?
What? I got spinach stuck between my teeth? What?
Johnny, as my brother, you should be the first to know.
Yeah?
Sue and I are getting engaged. We're gonna be married.
Married? The Invisible Girl and Mr. Fantastic! Flame on! Flame off! Yeah! Hey, that's extra hot. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Boy, the only way I could be happier is if that walking pile of boulders came in through the door and said...
Honey, I'm home.
Bang!
And you guys ain't never gonna believe who I found.
Spider-Man ran out and left over 100 teenagers to their fate. The decent people of New York have gotten wise to the charlatan.
This is
And as
bad.
publisher
Really
of the Daily
bad.
News, I, J. Jonah Jameson, am proud to say that we were the first to expose him as a dangerous fraud. At last we're rid of that...
Ah, shut up. Oh, M.A. Oh, no, shh, don't talk. Save your strength.
Petey, where am I?
In the hospital. You had a heart attack. Don't worry. I'm here for you.
That's good. You won't run out on me. Not like that Spider-Man.
No, Aunt May. I won't run out on you like Spider-Man. I'm here.
Oh.
Hey, is it some kind of gag thing? You turn up after a week with some old wino and say, guess who I found?
Oh, all I can see is a filthy raincoat, an old hat, and a beard like Rip Van Winkle. Oh, and the smell.
You don't get it, but you will when I take off his hat. There.
Oh! Holy bazooka! This guy's got pointy ears!
Only one race of people in the real world got ears like these.
The Atlanteans, but they're extinct. The undersea races are all extinct.
Apparently not, Reed. Looks like the Thing has found a genuine submariner.
Not just any submariner, Sue. When I found this guy in a flophouse over by the harbor, I hit the jackpot.
Surely not him. Surely he died way back. He hasn't been heard of since the 1940s.
Wait a second, it is possible. Their metabolisms work more slowly. He wouldn't have aged too much physically. And those eyes, the likeness is unmistakable. Could it be?
Well, why don't we ask him? Hey, mister, what's your name?
Name? Yeah. I am... was... Prince Namor, ruler of Atlantis.
Good morning, Daily Bugle. Shh, everybody's coming. Shh.
Good morning, team. What a beautiful day.
Good morning, Mr. Jameson.
Miss Brent?
Yes, sir.
Have you changed your hair color?
What?
It looks quite pleasant.
Thank you, Mr. Jameson. Are you feeling well?
Never better. Now then, where's my appointments list?
Yes, sir.
Meeting scheduled with young Peter Parker.
Yes, sir.
Is he here yet?
Well,
I feel so good today, I could even like him. How is his aunt?
She's back at home now on medication. She's recovering from a heart attack.
Good. Now, let's see what's happening in the early edition.
Betty?
Yeah?
Is Mr. Jameson in?
Peter Parker, I don't know how you have the gall to speak to me after what you did at that Spider-Man fan club meeting.
Sorry?
How could you date Liz Allen that night when you knew how much I wanted to go?
Oh, well, Liz asked me.
Oh.
Besides, weren't you there with Jameson?
Oh, I was working. You didn't give me an excuse to get away early.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, I have an appointment.
Oh, he's expecting you. Go right in. Make the most of his good mood.
I intend to. Thanks.
The undersea invasion of New York. I remember my parents telling me about it. A diplomatic misunderstanding that led to open conflict between humankind and the submariners. We only narrowly avoided defeat.
Yeah, I saw that old newsreel footage of the tidal wave they sent to engulf the city. We're lucky to be here.
And at the head of the Atlanteans, one proud man. And Thing found him a drunken derelict in a harborfront refuge.
Prince Namor, the submariner, at your service.
Whoa, you sure look different without that beard.
No, he looks the same as he did years ago.
Humans wither and die, even those as fair as this woman. The undersea peoples are immortal.
That's one way to spend immortality, looking at life through a bottle of hooch.
Have a care, my friend. Atlanteans are creatures of passion. I led my people to a devastating defeat. For this failure, I imposed exile upon myself, had myself cast out. I have seen life in your world through the eyes of its dispossessed, and I now know why I was defeated.
Okay, so why? What have we humans got you submariners ain't got?
Your institutions see no merit in scruples, no profit in mercy. You are cruel by neglect of the weak, driven by an ideology of greed. Our code of honor made us hold back from annihilating you. You showed no such consideration in return.
Hold it, buddy. Times have changed. Mankind's getting his act together.
Yeah.
The decision is not mine to make. I will return to Atlantis, to the Hall of the Ancients, and there we will decide whether it would be safest to apply for admission to the United Nations or to declare war upon mankind.
What?
Now get out of my office!
Wow. I didn't think his good mood would last, but you sure finished it off.
Sorry, Betty.
Oh, and I wanted to ask for time off, too.
Oh, I just thought I might be able to raise a little cash to help pay off Aunt May's medical bills.
Oh, how is she?
Oh, she's recovering from the heart attack, but the medication is real expensive.
Oh, Peter, if there's anything I can do...
Well, I'd quit high school and get a job, but if I dropped out now, Aunt May would probably have another heart attack.
Oh, I know. How about I keep an eye open on the news agency reports coming in? If any big stories break involving Spider-Man, I could let you know. Maybe JJ would run it anyway.
Yeah, well, thanks, Betty, but even I've had a basin full of Spider-Man right now.
Oh, okay. What about the story that came in on the wire half an hour back about the Fantastic Four? Did you know they found Prince Namor?
Prince Namor?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, next thing, Elvis Presley will land a UFO on top of the Loch Ness Monster.
Don't be silly. He didn't have a pilot's license. This is true, really. 40 years after he disappeared, and he looks just the same as when he was defeated in the Submariner Wars. And guess what? They're taking him on a Navy carrier back out to the Atlantic Ridge.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Namor's alive and they're taking him home to Atlantis? Wow, what I'd give to be aboard that ship.
Now hear this. Now hear this.
Well, Mr. Richards, should I call you Mr. Fantastic? If these old charts are to be trusted, the location on the Atlantic Ridge from where our honored guest led his peoples against the United Nations is around 3 miles below us, some 50 miles ahead.
I don't understand, Admiral. We've dropped anchor 50 miles short of our destination.
Mr. Richards, I fought in the Submariner Wars as an ensign aboard the Forrestal. Fact is, we used some fairly primitive nuclear weapons against the Atlanteans when it looked as if Namor might gain the upper hand.
Oh, my. So that's why you asked me up here alone.
And now you know why there's a secret international agreement that keeps all shipping out of these waters.
Hence the 40-year-old chart. But Namor's no fool. He'll have noticed we've dropped anchor.
He doesn't suspect anything yet. But just in case, I put him under armed guard in the brig.
What? He's under diplomatic immunity. You want to start another war? What happens when the Atlantean elders hear of this? He's their ruler, for crying out loud.
Mr. Richards, the Atlanteans will never hear about this, believe me.
What do you... Oh, good God. I see what you mean.
Security to bridge. Emergency.
Admiral Kiefer, what is it?
Admiral, sir, the prisoners escaped. Prince Namor.
Namor.
He's heading for the flight deck. The boy, is he mad? Now hear this. Prince Namor of Atlantis has escaped security and is at liberty aboard this vessel. Red code alert. Fantastic Four members have full security clearance in this surge.
Any luck, King? Sue and I checked out every deck below the waterline.
No sign of Namor in the aircraft holds torch. No security crawling over the flight deck. All fish-based counter jump ship. Not yet, anyhow.
If I was flying, we could search this tub in half the time. I'd flame on if there wasn't so much aviation fuel around. Where's Mr. Fantastic?
On the bridge with the Admiral. Seems we've anchored 50 miles short of the coordinates for Atlantis.
I don't get it. The Admiral's orders were to take Namor back to his people.
I got a bad feeling about this whole setup, Johnny. Why did they lay on this aircraft carrier just to ferry this guy back to his hometown? Even if it is 3 miles under the ocean, it doesn't add up.
Yeah, it's almost as if the authorities were expecting something like this to happen.
Yeah, and us guys, the Fantastic Four, could turn out to be the bacon in their Namor sandwich.
This is Prince Namor with a message for the commanding officer of this vessel. I have a hostage.
Oh, no.
You will hand this aircraft carrier over to me, or she will suffer the consequences.
Namor, don't be a fool. They'll never...
Holy mackerel, it's so...
Jeez, where the heck could he be holed up with her?
Damn it, Namor. You'll never get the authorities to play ball with these tactics.
Miss Storm, Sue, they broke their word. We are anchored miles from my home, and I was put in chains. They wish to use me as a bargaining chip and exploit the people of Atlantis yet again.
I agree something's going on. We're not being told the whole truth. That's why I came and freed you. But you've got to act rationally.
Are you sure you were being rational when you used your invisibility to assist me?
I don't know what you mean.
We both feel it, you and I. The minute we first looked at each other at your fantastic floor headquarters.
Namor, please. Reed and I are engaged to be married.
Listen to me, Sue Storm. You will wait here exactly 5 minutes before you give the alarm. And when I have ascended the throne of Atlantis, I will return for you to rule it as my queen.
No, would you...
Farewell, my love. I shall return.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Phil here.
Phil, good to hear you. How's Doris and the girls?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, don't they always? Is Spider-Man? The little creep hasn't been heard of since he ran out on the fight with the Green Goblin last week. Oh, you got a story on him? Near Queens? Did what? He did what? Oh, boy, that's rich. I gotta write it up.
Take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy.
Mr. Jameson, there's been a break in the Prince Namor story. Apparently he's broken loose on the aircraft carrier, taking him back to Atlantis, and they were... Mr. Jameson, are you okay?
I just heard the greatest thing.
Sir?
There's a bunch of punks holding up a gas station. In swings Spider-Man, and what does he do? He runs straight into a phone booth and calls the cops. What a superhero! What a klutz!
JJ, the Green Goblin's back. Robbed a jewelry store. Just seen zooming over Brooklyn on that rocket pod sled thing of his. And get this, Spider-Man seems to be on his tail.
Get a couple of boys in the story, Steve. But don't bother with a Spider-Man angle. Stick with the cop units. Spider-Man's all washed up.
Right.
Hey, Spidey! I'm gaining on ya! Looks like those little web shooter lines are no match for my Goblin glider!
That's where you're wrong, Goblin! And I'm gonna take you down for keeps this time!
Oh, yeah!
I wish I felt as confident as I sound. If I get hurt, there'll be no one to look after Aunt May. And I promise myself to stay out of trouble and call the police if anything dangerous comes up. So why am I swinging from one skyscraper to another instead of getting her new medication home? That green nose wipe made me look an idiot. If I could run him in, Spider-Man will get back his good name. The photos I've taken of this aerial obstacle course might just pay off her medical bills. Gaining on her now. Let's drive for a web line around the stairs for that skateboard thing. Bingo! No! No! No fair!
Your wings, buddy! Hey, better set down and rush that hermit block!
Damn it!
Just wrapping you up so you can't cause more trouble, pal. Oh, sounds like the cops are on their way already.
That's an ambulance. Too bad it's not for you.
An ambulance? Oh, my God. What am I thinking about? Aunt May's medication.
Now, you wait here, Gubby. The cops are bound to pick you up. I got urgent business.
What? You're running out now? You got me cold. What's wrong? Check it!
Wildcat 1 to flight control, advise, please. You got 3 F-14As sitting out here in the rain, burning gas. Are we flying this reconnaissance or what?
This is Flight Control USS Intrepid. I copy Wildcat 1. We have a hold on flight deck movements till Prince Namor has been recaptured. He is still at liberty somewhere aboard ship.
I copy you, Bernie. But the Fantastic Four probably got him pinned below decks. And if we ain't taking off, I want the bathroom.
Sorry, Wildcat 1.
Hey, Joey, what'd you open the canopy for?
It wasn't me. I am Prince Namor of Atlantis, and this aircraft is mine.
You got it, pal.
Wildcat 1, do you read?
Now, enough fuel for a one-way trip. Good.
Wildcat 1, taxi back to position.
No need for the ship's catapult. The afterburners kick in.
Stop that aircraft! It's been stolen by Prince Namor!
J. Jonah Jameson's gonna make hay out of Spider-Man running out on a confrontation with a Green Goblin yet again. But I nearly forgot I was supposed to get this new medication back to Aunt May. Nearly at the apartment window. Right. A quick change into jeans and t-shirt. Hi, Aunt May. Got your pills, huh? Where's Mrs. Watkins?
Peter, she can't be with me all the time. Her niece Mary Jane is away and she had errands to run. Besides, we thought you'd be home sooner.
I'm sorry, I got held up.
Doesn't matter, Peter. Let's watch the TV.
Oh, boy. I don't think I'd dare leave the house again, let alone patrol the Spider-Man. If I got into a fix I couldn't get out of, there'd be nobody to look after Aunt May.
And now a news time special sponsored by the Daily Bugle.
Good afternoon. I'm J. Jonah Jameson, and you are watching footage of this afternoon's dramatic
Isn't that
confrontation
Spider-Man on the
between the Green
TV?
Goblin and the South-styled
Spider-Man pulling the Green Goblin down to that
As
rooftop.
the city watched in shock,
Holy head! There must have been a TV crew filming the whole thing.
his advantage and fled in fear rather than bring his cornered adversary to justice.
What?
Let's watch that scene
No,
again in
you've
slow
gone
motion
pale.
to savor the full impact of Spider-Man's cowardly
What?
Now I'm discredited in front of the whole city as a coward, and as long as Aunt May remains seriously ill, there's nothing I can do about it.
He's dead. Prince Namor is dead?
Hey, Sue, take it easy.
I
take it
respected him too, honey, but he was out of control. No ordinary person steals a jet fighter off an aircraft carrier flight deck and 15 minutes later deliberately crashes it into the sea.
Reed Namor is no ordinary person. He's a submariner, a prince of Atlantis trying to get home. And this walking pile of red tape wouldn't even anchor within 50 miles of the Atlantic Ridge.
Miss Storm, I don't think you understand.
Listen, Admiral, we understand just enough to wonder why someone with diplomatic immunity is put in chains aboard your boat.
Yeah, and what is all this stuff Reed and you were whispering about secret international treaties keeping ships away from the Atlantic Ridge? Well, you guys know that we don't.
I'll tell you, Mr. Storm, we daren't go any closer because no one knows what we might find there. There's an area of deep ocean over the site of Atlantis which still carries the detritus of the Submariner Wars, the 40-year-old wreckage of ships and aircraft belonging to both the human and Atlantean forces Namor led against us. And worse.
It's never been officially admitted, but nuclear weapons were used. Primitive warheads dropped into the Atlantic deeps. Low megaton, high radioactive yield.
Supposing Namor ejected from that aircraft before it hit. Supposing he's descended to his kingdoms. What would he find there?
It doesn't bear thinking about.
Admiral, sir, got a sonar trace here. Damn, that's the fast one.
What's it look like?
I have to say about the size of the torpedo, but the speed is incredible and it's headed straight for us.
Battle stations!
Damn, that's the fast one. Damn it, Charlie. No, wait a second. It's non-metallic. Imager's picking up a vague outline.
Speed that thing's going, it'll hit before we can maneuver the Intrepid. Put it on the viewer.
That's no torpedo.
A human being?
A submariner.
Namor.
Nice work, Reed.
Ben, I wasn't responsible for the destruction of Atlantis.
No, but maybe the Admiral could have warned Namor what to expect when he returned home.
Quiet, please. Where's the trace now, Yeoman?
We're turning about, sir, but he's adjusting course to shadow us. Estimating impact in 5 seconds, Admiral.
Stand by, torpedo deflectors!
Aye, sir.
No, you mustn't hurt him.
Brace for collision!
What's that?
He just passed by underneath us. What the heck was that all about?
Sonar, was that a dummy run? Is he turning for the attack proper?
Admiral, just milliseconds before impact, I got another trace directly below us.
A submersible?
It would have to have shot at us since we left U.S. waters.
What are you talking about? Where's Namor?
According to these readings, he swerved off and boarded that vessel.
It's still underneath us.
Depth charges! Stand by to fire on my mark!
Aye, aye, sir.
The trace is moving, and it is a sub, and it's moving off.
Fantastic Four, out on deck now!
See anything?
Yes, Steve, I see the girl I want to marry getting hung up over a homicidal submariner.
Reed, not now.
Look, there, breaking the surface of that wave.
A periscope? No! Holy Tuscaloosa! It's surfacing!
Depth charges!
They're out of range, surely, moving away at that speed.
Whoa, the size of that ship.
Wait a minute!
That's not an Atlantean vessel!
Oh no! Look at the emblem on its side! The hooded death set figure!
This means trouble.
We gotta get back to New York fast and warn the world!
Dr. Doom has returned!
And Prince Namor of Atlantis is his captive!
Over to local news now, and J. Jonah Jameson, publisher of the Daily Bugle, has announced that New York is now a spider-free zone. This refers, of course, to the vigilante known as the Spider-Man, who apparently fled in fear rather than confront the thief.
Spider-Man is discredited in front of the whole city as a coward. And as long as Aunt May remains seriously ill, there's nothing I can do about it. So that leaves me one option. Costume, mask, web shooters, belt, wrap up in a neat bundle. Got it. And boom! Throw it in the trash can. I'm plain Peter Parker, teenager from now on. Goodbye, Spidey. I have a hunch no one's gonna miss you.
Costume, mask, boots, belt. How do I look, girls?
Oh, just like Spider-Man, Flash. Really neat. You did a great job on the mask, Betty.
Oh, well, much as I hate to agree with you, Liz, I agree with you.
Just wait till the Spidey fan club sees this.
Yeah.
You'll be our wow as chairman in an authentic Spider-Man costume.
Especially the mask.
Well, we gotta do something to prove that kids in this town want to stick up for old Webhead. Whatever reason Spidey had for running away from the Green Goblin, I bet it was a good one.
Our membership's up, despite the bad publicity from J. Jonah Jameson.
Sure. Maybe we can still win him over, and now Betty's joined us.
Hey, look, I'm only his secretary. Whatever JJ has got against Spider-Man, it's strictly personal.
Talking about membership, Flash, won't you let me enroll Peter Parker?
Are you kidding? Can you imagine if Spider-Man was in trouble, that bookworm creep lifting a finger to help him? Forget it, Liz. I'd rather see J. Jonah Jameson throw this Spidey outfit in the trash.
I am Prince Namor of Atlantis. I cannot be held captive. I have been transported aboard this vessel against my will. Who has done this to me? Who? In the name of Poseidon, are you?
Make way in here. Make way for the master.
Of what master do you speak, you stunted human puffball?
Teaming up my class.
You dare to hold me captive?
No, I do.
You? Who are you?
Put Dilby down.
And if I do not?
You suffer. I am Victor Von Doom, Prince Namor, and you will learn to like me.
Dr. Doom, self-styled master of the hidden arts.
Hidden being the operative word. He hasn't been seen for years.
I thought that ghastly hat got leveled in the Balkan Wars. Huh. He probably started that little party.
He probably profited from it, Thing.
That's some ex-classmate you got there, Reed.
Victor Von Doom. He was on some kind of scholarship exchange between State University and the Science Institute of Latveria. At first, we didn't see much of him, but there were rumors he was conducting all kinds of bizarre experiments in extra-dimensional communication.
Extra what?
He thought he could invent a kind of transporter device to the afterlife, Johnny. Something to do with his mother dying young.
Reed felt sorry for him. Tried to make friends.
I was curious as well, Sue.
Yeah.
I found his notes lying open in the university library. The idea looked almost workable. But some of his formulae were wrongly constructed. There was a design error in his device's power coupling.
Victor! Victor, are you in there?
Go away, Richards. I'm busy.
Victor! I have to talk to you! I have your notes!
What? You stole my notes?
You left them in the library. But listen, you're in great danger.
Get out. Can't you see I'm in the middle of an experiment?
Come away from that. That machine you built is unsafe.
The particle transmitter is perfectly safe. Now get out. You'll have your chances in action once I've completed my task.
If you run it up to full power, it will overload.
Get away from that switch, fool.
Victor, I promise you I'm telling you the truth.
Get out. Get out. This is my triumph. My turning point. My...
My face is on fire!
And because of Reed Richards, I am as you see me today, Namor. Forced to wear this iron mask to hide my disfigurement, this armor to protect me from his insane attacks on me, this monk's habit to disguise myself to evade persecution.
ETA to target. 2 minutes, Master.
Very good. Summon Dilby.
This submarine and its cyborg crew are at your bidding, yet you hold me captive, punish me, and then say you wish to form an alliance.
My apologies for our unfortunate introduction, Prince Namor.
You wanted me, Master?
It was, of course, Dilby's fault. Dilby, prepare the satellite uplink for my television transmission.
It is my privilege, Master.
But an alliance against one man, Reed Richards?
No, Reed Richards is mine, and thereby a certain Miss Storm will become yours.
Ah, the lovely Susan.
While coincidentally, you and I will bring about the defeat of all mankind.
Impossible. I have no weapons, I have no country, I have no people.
Oh, I have the weapons. They're all in place. As to your people...
Master, we have arrived. View screen on.
Welcome home, Submariner!
Atlantis, dead ahead. Permission to dock. Granted.
Atlantis!
Still exists.
I tell you, Dutch, this door's got a padlock on the inside, too. It just won't give. Please, let's try that roof over there.
Listen, Mo, this apartment block's full of wall safes with cranky combination locks. Believe me, my brother Slim fitted them himself.
Hey, what the?
Oh, no!
Oh, no! Oh, it's Spider-Man! Run for it!
Oh, I'm running!
Wow! Thought I'd check out how this outfit would look in the daylight, but I had no idea those guys were trying to break into our apartment block.
Flash! Your breakfast is ready.
Coming, Mom! Neat. Just the sight of old Flash Thompson and his Spidey outfit scared him off. And that news chopper was circling around here earlier. Bet they thought I was Spider-Man, too.
Come on, if you cover bowling alleys, they'll run themselves. I gotta leave for work.
Hey, maybe being a superhero ain't so tough after all. Maybe I'll cut class this morning and have me a little fun with this outfit. I'm not hungry.
Well, that's a waste of a bowl of cornflakes. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, a week since I decided to forget Spider-Man and try and make a normal life for myself. I should have done it long ago, straight after I caught the guy who killed Uncle Ben. Being Spidey gave Peter Parker the confidence to behave more like one of the guys, despite Flash Thompson's hostility. But I'm all Aunt May's gut. I don't dare take the sort of risks which might leave her alone in the...
Aunt May? In the kitchen, Peter. Breakfast is nearly ready.
You can't make breakfast. The doctor said you should take it easy for a month.
Nonsense. I know when I'm feeling better.
Now listen, Aunt May, I'm ordering you. Get back in that wheelchair right...
Eat that toast, boy. You've looked pale all week.
I'm supposed to look after you.
You mustn't worry so much about me. We Parkers are tougher than you think.
Uh-huh.
Now, I want you to stop moping around the house like you have this last week. Where's my newspaper? Good Riddance to Spider-Man the Phony Hero by J. Jonah Jameson.
Phony hero. Maybe JJ's right. A real hero wouldn't quit when the going got tough, no matter how bad the breaks. Aunt May's making the most of what she's got in life, despite the setbacks. And if fate gave Peter Parker some terrific superpowers when that radioactive spider bit me, so will Spider-Man.
We are submerged and approaching East River, New York, Dr. Doom.
You promised me a boon, oh master. May I give Namor the signal? Is there a captive for me to torture? What?
Your task is simple, Dilby. Somewhere in New York, there is a young man who will perform a valuable service for me. You will bring him here.
You promise I can kill him afterwards? What is his name?
You may kill him afterwards. And his name is Spider-Man.
I've got it. Daily Bugle here.
Shh, shh. Everybody, he's coming.
Good morning, Mr. Jameson.
Mr. Jameson, are you okay? Shall I go to the drugstore for your special cream?
Somebody tell me it's not true.
It's not true.
Stop crawling, damn it!
Hi, Mr. Jameson. Hi, everybody. Something wrong?
Parker! Was that Spider-Man seen live this morning on the news, or wasn't it?
Spider-Man? On the news this morning?
Miss Brand!
Yes, sir.
Get me Global Broadcasting and put them through to my office!
Oh, Peter, is everything okay?
Yeah, until a second ago. I only came in to see about some photographic work.
Betty? Peter? Liz?
Liz Allen, why aren't you at school? What's wrong?
I had to talk to Betty, but you might as well know. I'm really worried about Flash.
Flash Thompson? I thought you had better taste.
No. I'm scared he'll be hurt. Betty and I made the Spider-Man outfit for him. And something he said last night about proving Spidey is still a hero, about wearing that costume on the street today.
What?
Well, I thought he was kidding.
Oh, those pictures of Spider-Man on the TV news this morning. I thought it looked more like Flash in that suit.
Oh, the idiot! Spider-Man has enemies all over the place.
Attention, Bugle Newsroom. Reports coming in of an unauthorized TV satellite feed jamming all channels, broadcasting a message by Dr. Doom and Spider-Man.
What? Betty, the TV.
Got it.
This is Dr. Doom communicating with a message of grave importance to you all, but initially to the Fantastic Four. You may recognize this character. Spider-Man.
Flash!
Who is my helpless captive. And if I must say so, judging by this specimen, America's standards in superheroes are
Liz,
slipping.
Betty, I feel nauseous. Excuse me while I visit the washroom.
Peter? Oh, not now, sure.
Now, attention, the Fantastic Four. Unless you promise to disband and surrender to me one at a time, I will kill Spider-Man in precisely 1 hour. Painfully.
Jeez, what do we do?
How can we find him in an hour flat? Reed, will you quit watching this on TV?
That's it, of course.
That's what? You know where Dr. Doom is holding Spider-Man hostage?
Of course I know where Doom is. We all know where Doom is.
This better be good, Stretch.
He's here, in my laboratory.
Ah, Reed Richards and the former Fantastic Four. How kind of you to surrender so quickly. And on live television.
Why, you armor-plated slime ball? I'll clobber you for keeps.
That's precisely what you won't do, Thing. Show them, Dilby.
Spider-Man, limbs are attached to your building's power supply, Mr. Fantastic. Do try something foolish so that I can pull the switch.
What are you doing with Spider-Man, Doom? Let the kid go.
Oh, no. Spider-Man has proved admirable bait. It was surprisingly easy to capture him. I'm sure it will be a simple matter to reprogram him. After all, even Prince Namor came around to my way of thinking in the end.
Namor? What have you done with him?
I simply took him home to his people.
Wait, but we were told Atlantis was destroyed.
The part on the upper Atlantic ridge was. Namor didn't know that the nuclear depth devices dropped into the Atlantic deep itself failed to explode because of the enormous pressure. The submariners there survived humanity's attempts to kill them. In exchange for those primitive but quite serviceable nuclear weapons, I undertook to return their prince to them.
You have nuclear weapons in that submarine?
The Navy will blow you out of the water.
The submarine has been scuttled. Its crew of cyborgs deactivated. I need no protection against the Fantastic Four. Not now I have dispossessed you of this facility.
What?
I have always planned to move my American operation into a good central New York location. So when I bought this building, it seemed logical to throw the sitting tenants out and adapt it to my needs.
You throw pillows, jacuzzi, indoor pools, and be nice and homey.
You bought the Fantastic Four building?
Yes, and your lease on these floors is terminated by order of the landlord, me.
That does it. Flame on.
Dilby, the power switch.
Johnny, Spider-Man will die!
Flame out! Damn it!
We can't just surrender.
Reed, he has nuclear weapons hidden God knows where. Spider-Man's life is at stake.
I need time to think.
Time is not on your side, I'm afraid. You see, it's all rather more complicated than you think.
Okay, Rattletrap, spill your guts.
The radar scanner, please, Dilby.
Yes, Master.
Good grief! Look at the size of that trace!
It covers the whole of the eastern seaboard. And it's converging on New York!
The Atlantean invasion has begun. Mankind is doomed.
What's that?
The intruder alarm. Someone's in the building.
Let's try in here, Betty. Oh!
What is this, co-ed playtime?
We were watching the CD and worked out you were holding it here. That's not Spider-Man. No. It's Flash. Tom's here. We came to rescue him.
Oh, for goodness sake, Dilby! Kill the idiot in the spider suit.
Thank you, Master.
Just a minute!
Okay, Shorty, let's turn off the juice.
Spider-Man, he's back.
Go get him, kid.
And how would I know this one is the real Spider-Man?
Oh, Dr. Doom, I presume. Well, let's try the consumer test here. Can our brand X Spidey spin his own webs? Huh? Oh dear, can he walk on ceilings? Is he beating 10 kinds of crud out of the guy who just electrocuted him? Nope. Whereas with me, you get the worst.
You threw Dilby out of the window. Superheroes don't kill people.
They don't? I'll get him back for you. Can I come down off the ceiling, you talking sardine can?
Oh, yes, you are indeed the genuine article. Idealistic, arrogant youth.
If only you knew, pal. Say, what's going on outside?
Prince Namor is leading the forces of Atlantis against New York, thanks to Dr. Doom here.
And we're powerless to stop him.
Powerless? Not at all, Fantastic Four. This is the occasion of your last mission on behalf of the ordinary people you claim to protect. The little people. Go out and defeat Namor if you can. He's nothing to me. And if by chance you were killed, he will save me the bother of executing you. Go and save your city from invasion.
We can go just like that.
Go! But bear one thing in mind. You have precisely 1 hour to accomplish the defeat of Namor's armies. That is when the nuclear devices I have placed in this building are timed to explode. What? I had to be certain you come back, Reed. I've yet to have my revenge on you for the explosion that disfigured me. So, off you go. Try to save New York from Namor, if you want to save it from me!
The war has started. Humans against submariners.
Well, let's go win it!
Fantastic Four, let's go!
Miss Betty, get Flash out of here!
Not so fast! Seal the room, Dilby.
You bet I will.
Spider-Man and young friends, it's time for a cozy chat.
Cozy. Hello, girl.
Oh, get your paws off! You need a bed.
Right after I take a can opener to that suit of armor you're wearing, pal.
Yow! My fist!
It'll take more than a punch from someone with the proportional strength of a spider to pierce the armor of Victor Von Doom.
So you've done your research on me.
A fascinating case full of contradictions. What a pity I haven't the time to vivisect you. Instead, a simple act of pest extermination is called for. Dilby, my power finger, if you please.
It is here, master, in its jewel case.
Power finger?
A simple prosthetic, but a little too lethal to wear all day. That's got it.
Very nice. What are you going to do with it?
Basically, kill you.
This is madness! The Atlantean amphibious machines coming ashore are totally impervious to the artillery fire from the National Guard!
According to this radio, the military have ordered an airstrike. There's a squadron of F-18s and Strike Eagles en route for the harbor front.
You know what's gonna happen, don't you? This will escalate into all-out war between the human race and the submariners, just like it did 40 years ago!
Sue's right, and the four of us ain't gonna stop anybody once that starts.
We don't have time to discuss this! Look over toward Liberty Island!
Damn! The Air Force! We've been dealt out of this game, guys. Those birds carry nuclear weapons.
I don't get it! The Atlantean machines haven't fired a single shot!
Look out, guys. There's one right behind you.
What?
Oh, wow! The hatch is opening on the side!
Fantastic Four, this way!
Namor!
We're trapped. We have to go aboard that thing.
What choice have we got? We have to find a way to stop Namor!
So the only person who can stop Dr. Doom is some cookie kid who thinks he's a spider. It's a spider.
Quiet, you tramp.
Spider-Man, what a pathetic excuse for a name.
So Dr. Doom is your real name?
It is, actually. Unlike yours. But I have followed your career, such as it is, with some interest. The newspaper reports about you are hardly flattering.
Excuse me, Mr. Doom? Those reports were written by my boss, J. Jonah Jameson.
Really? There's a very fat file on you here at the Fantastic Four headquarters, Spider-Man. Let's see now. Spider-Man, risk to society. What unnatural impulses make this guy dress up to chase crooks? Have we a psychopath loose in New York City?
Yep, that's Mr. Jameson's stuff.
I take it you're not planning to win any popularity contests, Spider-Man? And that's not all. I've been reviewing the databanks Reed Richards has installed in this laboratory. You don't appear to have made much of an impression on America's premier superhero band.
How long till he gets a taste for easy money, stolen money? I tell you, team, this is just the sort of guy to turn into a threat to society.
You mean the Fantastic Four might end up having to run him in?
It could turn into a...
That's you they're talking about, Spider-Man. You're not a hero at all, are you, boy? Just some poor kid who didn't know what to do with the hand fate dealt him.
I guess so. Help me, Dr. Doom. Show me where I went wrong. And I'll do anything you want.
Of course you will, Spider-Man.
No! No! He's a hero!
You tell him, Liz. Don't listen to him, Spidey!
Really? And do you deny this other boy here dressed himself up in a spider outfit because Spider-Man himself lost his nerve and failed to appear in public? Something happened to turn you into a Spider-Man? A personal loss, a death perhaps, of a parent, as I lost my mother? No, I think a foster parent, but close enough to make you want vengeance. And having taken it, not knowing how to rationalize your anger. Am I right?
Yes, you are right, Dr. Doom. I need help. Dr. Doom will help me.
Of course you do, and of course I will.
Oh, Spider-Man! You're our hero! You're the one who saved a classroom full of kids from the Sandman!
And you stopped Dr. Octopus when he was about to poison everyone in New York City!
Yes!
I need help.
I can help you, son. Trust Dr. Doom. You're a good boy. A good boy.
You're a good boy, Petey. I tried to stop him. Tried harder than that Spider-Man fella. Too late.
Uncle Ben! You won't run out on me. Not like that Spider-Man.
And May!
How is it for you now, boy? Will you face up to your inner demons? Let me show you May!
Who disturbs the realm of the dread Dormammu? One who has sinned against his own blood. One who is unclean.
No! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh.
Flash, don't talk. Just rest.
I need help. Dr. Doom, please help me.
Spidey, you're my hero. I never had a hero like you before. You're the greatest. You gotta stand up to that freak. You're the hero. Please.
How touching.
I need help. But not as much as you do, Buckethead.
My power finger! I can't get the webbing off it!
Now you're in trouble, Spider-Man. There's trouble!
Gotta go!
Dum, Dilby. Don't you know I need help? I'm seriously unbalanced. These are my teenage years. Beating the crap out of you is therapy for me. In fact, this is the most fun a little Spider-Man can have without laughing. You can sit this dance out on the ceiling.
You wall-crawling piece of refuse! You will burn in hell for deceiving me!
Hey, I wasn't deceiving you. You really had me then. I honestly believed you were my best friend, Dr. Doom, and that the rest of the world hated me.
Spider-Man!
But when Flash Thompson, wearing my outfit, made that little speech about me being his big hero, well, it kind of short-circuited your brainwashing. Because I'm beginning to learn that in life, the people you think hate you often turn out to be the friends in disguise, and vice versa.
You'll wish you had made friends with me, Spider-Man, for I am now setting this weapon to atomize you!
The way I see it, Dr. Doom, every new experience teaches me something. Like the first time I ever swung into this building to try and join the Fantastic Four, I landed more or less exactly on the spot you're standing on now, and Reed Richards said to the Torch, "Johnny the Cage." And the Torch pressed this button here, and I said...
Cage, I don't see it.
That's just what I said. How about that? Oh, don't try firing your power finger in there. Whoops. The new model's totally armored. Betty, Liz, Flash, let's get you out of here and call a cop.
Spider-Man, what about Prince Namor's invasion? What about the bombs?
Bombs?
And they're due to go off in 3 minutes!
Oh, boy.
Where is he?
Namor, wait!
Prince Namor?
Where is Von Doom? I'll kill him with my bare hands!
Oh, hold on a second here.
Hey, Spider-Man, who's in the cage?
Dr. Doom, all parceled up for the NY.
I will have my revenge! He betrayed me!
Listen, folks! This building's wired to take out half of New York State. Dr. Doom's hidden some old nuclear bombs around here someplace. We got 3 minutes to find them and defuse them.
I did the bombs.
Nice work, Thing!
Wow, but what about Prince Namor's invasion? Aren't we at war with him?
At war, the Atlanteans came to New York to settle a peace treaty, to apply for membership in the United Nations. Dr. Doom promised he would travel ahead and bring word of our peaceful intentions, but he betrayed us.
Thank God we were able to tap into the Pentagon's closed channels and get them to call off the U.S. forces.
Don't be modest, Reed. Only you could have done it.
Susan,
I'm engaged to be Mrs. Reed Richards, Namor.
the throne of Atlantis will wait for you.
Hey, fish face. You heard the lady.
Her loyalty does her credit, as does yours, ugly one. Farewell.
Ugly one. I love it.
Zip it up, Candle Power.
Spider-Man, you all right?
Yeah, well, cinched around the edges like Flash here. How is he?
Just fine, Webhead. You're one cool dude, man.
Come on, Flash. Let's get you home.
What about you, Betty? Can you make it back to the Daily Bugle offices okay?
Are you kidding? I want to see the look on J. Jonah Jameson's face after he's seen all this.
Seen all this?
Dr. Doom had his TV cameras running through the whole thing. Now everybody's seen what a hero you are live on TV.
Oh, wow! After the campaigns he's led to destroy my reputation, oh, what I'd give to see him right now.
Daily Bugle? No, I don't work here.
Shush, he's coming.
Good evening, Mr. Jameson.
Miss Brandt?
She's with, Spider-Man, JJ.
Go! I need a drink!
My name is Peter Parker. Teenager, bookworm, friendly neighborhood superhero. And boy, am I glad life is back to abnormal. Hi, Liz!
Hi, Petey!
Hey, hi, Flash!
Hey, stick it in your ear, Parker, you feeble string bean!
Ah, yes. It's good to be back among friends and enemies. See ya, folks!
You've been listening to The Amazing Spider-Man.
Episode 1, page 1, take 1.
Starring William Duprice as Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Oh, wow! A microphone! A microscope!
Lorelei King as Sue Storm.
Farewell, my love.
Boy, that was some kissing. Peter Marinka as Reed Richards. Gary Martin as The Thing.
Gangway!
Thing, no, you'll ruin the element of surprise.
William Roberts as J. Jonah Jameson.
Are you feeling
Never better.
well?
Eric Myers as the Human Torch.
I feel short.
Anita Dobson as Liz Allen. Buffy Davis as Aunt May.
Don't worry, I can mumble on the rest of the day.
Garrick Hagan as Prince Namor. David Bannerman as Flash Thompson. Michael Roberts as Dr. Doom and the Sandman. Jonathan Kidd as the Green Goblin. And Simon Treves as Dr. Octopus.
What?
Based on characters and stories created by Stan Lee, edited by Tim Quinn, which are the copyright of and published by the Marvel Entertainment Group.
That's you they're talking about, Spider-Man. And also, for those of you who like home buying...
The Spider-Man theme is by Brian May. The orchestral score is by Mark Russell. Technical realization was by Paul Arnold, Colin Guthrie, Allison Carter, Keith Graham, and Allison McKenzie. The program was recorded and mixed by Paul Dealey at the Soundhouse Limited.
Mother of mercy, is this the end of radio?
And was adapted, written, and directed by Dirk Maggs.
You sure that's all right?
It's a wrap. That's it. Thank you, folks.
To be continued.